I'm Frank Marcus of MotorTrend, and I'm up here north of Detroit getting our first look at the Ford Bronco Raptor. The first thing everyone wants to know about the Bronco Raptor is what's under the hood. And it turns out they ended up going with the 3-liter twin-turbo, heavily revised from the one in the Explorer ST. Design-wise, the design department didn't change anything just for looks. Everything is functional. The new grille flows twice as much air as the original Bronco grille. And the air that comes in needs to get out. So we've got a power dome hood here that exhausts a lot of air. That wasn't enough exhausted air, so we've got these vents on the side also to get the rest of that air out from under the hood. That means we've got brand new hood and front fenders, both made out of SMC plastic. The truck is 9.8 inches wider, and it does run the exact same 37-inch tires from the Ford F-150 Raptor. They add 3 inches to the height, and they give us a ground clearance of 13.1 inches. Up here in the front also, of course, we've got a standard bash plate, and we've got a bumper with removable end caps, so you can change things there. Fog lights here are removable. Other crucial things, the Bronco Raptor will only be available in 4-door. It was tricky enough to get this vehicle to go highway speeds off-road with a wheelbase this much shortened from the F-150. The 2-door wheelbase is just unthinkable. Quick walk around of the Bronco Raptor frame. Now, when you're gonna go highway speeds to the desert, you're gonna have big suspension loads coming into the chassis. Everything blue is a new Raptor part on the frame. Everything yellow is a new part for the Raptor bolted to the frame. So there's a bump stop inside the shock unit, and then there's this secondary one added on here, a big giant bump stop on the lower control arm. In the back, we have a similar situation. The axle itself jounces out onto here. Obviously, we've got the big Fox shocks. We've got longer trailing arms, not as long as the F-150 Raptors, but they're quite a bit longer. So to get that 13 inches of front suspension travel, we ended up having to raise the top of the shock tower quite a bit here. That's all this extra structure here. Also, to get that added travel and the added track width, because we're 9.8 inches wider with these 37s, we've got forged upper control arms and cast lowers that are also shaped different to where you can clear the springs and so forth. In order to accommodate this big, heavy 37-inch spare tire, they had to build what they call an exoskeletal support back here. That is a handy thing for off-roaders too, though, because it's got several bolts to which you can attach aftermarket things. Again, we've got the widened SMC rear fenders here. And another big challenge in getting a Bronco Raptor to go highway speeds across the desert is the torsional rigidity of an open-top vehicle. They didn't want to give up the open top, but they needed to reinforce it. So there are 2 big solid beams that are added. One goes across the B-pillars, and that's an aluminum extrusion and so forth. Then in the back, there's a carbon fiber reinforcement that braces across the roll structure in the back. And the 2 of those things increase torsional rigidity by a significant 50%. So the Bronco Raptor is a $69,995 truck. So to spiff up the interior to go along with that price tag, we've got a full digital screen in front of the driver, which is not standard on the rest of the line. There is a GOAT mode dial that has 2 new modes. One is Baja mode, obviously for going highway speeds across the desert, and the other is tow haul. They looked at their user cases, and a lot of these people are towing a RZR to wherever it is they're going off-road. So they've upped the towing capacity to 4,500 pounds. That's 1,000 pounds more. And so now you've got a tow haul mode to go along with that. Another really important thing, this unique steering wheel, which also has carbon fiber and of course a center mark here, and magnesium shift paddles. Very cool. And that's a quick look at the Bronco Raptor, which goes on sale for $69,995, with orders being taken in March for deliveries that start in summer of 2022. Keep it tuned right to MotorTrend.com a little closer to that date for our first drive and test of the Ford Bronco Raptor.